Hey y'all, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and I just finished doing day 10 of Train with Joan and Fit-Tober, and the kind of like, so what I did today, and it will be over on one side or the other of the screen, is I did a yes to next 15-minute walking workout that will be linked down in the video description below. This one was so much fun. I know it's Spooktober and you know Christmas is still a while away. It was just the first one that popped up, so I clicked it, and it was so much fun with like it was awesome. I loved it, so I'll allow it. Christmas and October kind of stuff. Normally, I'm like, it's pumpkin time. You can hold off on the candy canes, but it was pretty nice. So we did the 15-minute of that, and then we did day 10 of 10 workouts complete. 10-day streak, another personal record. Now tomorrow, the exercise that's listed in the Train with Joan is 30 minutes of cardio that's going to take 30 minutes, and I really love this app because you can click on it and it breaks it down into the warm-up. She's just asking for a 10-minute cardio, but I'm gonna bump it up to 15 just because that's what I want to do. And then forearm planks, runner's stretch, 4-angle stretch. So it breaks it down into, I know exactly what equipment I'm going to need. I know whether or not I'm going to need to vacuum. I'm definitely going to vacuum, or at least put my yoga mat out, because we've got pets and a garden, and I'm such a trash gremlin, y'all. But anyways, come on, we can do this. But I don't know if the coffee hasn't kicked in yet or if it's already worn off, so bear with me. We did the 15 minutes of cardio. We did the lower body workout, and that's going to be what the clips are off to the side. And then for the cool down, instead of doing a foam roller, I dug deep back into my year of yoga days and just did my own yoga sequence to kind of try to stretch and squeeze out everything that felt like it needed it. Never once ever have I had the endurance to do a yoga practice that made every inch of me feel stretched and strengthened and rejuvenated. That's the dragon I'm chasing on that one, but it's definitely worth striving for. So that was really nice though, because I haven't felt like I've had the strength or endurance to even do just a 10-minute yoga in a while, basically since about 6 months after the year of yoga, where it really started to drop off. But that's okay. Everything has its season. Everything comes and goes in tides. It's okay for, things to ebb and flow. I'm not going to beat myself up about it, but I am going to do my best while I'm in the time that I'm in right now. So this is what's drawing me, and this is what's sparking passion within me. So I'm going to keep pursuing this to the best of my ability. And that's all I can ask of myself ever. Knowing, just through a lifetime of experience so far, knowing that it's probably, I'm going to fall off the wagon or drop the ball or whatever, this phase will pass and I'll go into another thing. And change is not failure, but I do want to make sure that I constantly keep myself changing and growing and ebbing and flowing into who I want to be. Now, that being, and the reason of me saying that was I'm not going to let the fact that this is going to eventually change stop me from starting in the first place. I'm not doing this to do this forever. I'm doing this so that I can get to the next thing, so that I can keep living and keep thriving and stuff. Like, I don't know. I've got seeds of thoughts in my mind, and I haven't figured them all out yet. But there's nothing quite like a post-workout ramble to terrorize y'all. Ooh, that's what I was going to write down after my workout, how many steps. Ooh. So I started this morning, my workout was at 953, or my steps were at 953. After the cardio, I was at 2,044, so that's pretty good. So about 1,100 steps on that one. And then after the whole workout, sitting down here with y'all, I had 2,749. So that's pretty nice to have gotten another 100 steps just by the strength and mobility portion of the workout. That's not too shabby. So, and again, I don't know how accurate my pedometer is. It's a little bit fit, like 30 bucks on Amazon. I don't know how accurate it is, but I'm hoping that it's at least consistent. So while I may not necessarily be getting exactly the number of steps that it's saying, if I'm consistently hitting numbers that are higher, then that's really good. I had some thoughts yesterday, actually, that I want to share with y'all because I had a freaking breakthrough, you guys. To say I'm an emotional eater is an understatement. Like, I eat when I'm happy, I eat when I'm sad, I eat when I'm with friends, I eat when I'm lonely. Like, it is my go-to just fix. Like, I don't completely understand it. Like, again, I'm experiencing it more than I'm understanding it, but I've always overindulged with food because it's my favorite and it's delicious and it's so easy to, but in an effort to understand, I don't want to let not understanding it stop me from trying to do better. You know, like, I don't have to get to perfect. I just have to keep trying different things until something works, I guess. So last night I tried something and it worked, and I wanted to share that process with you guys. And so these are just kind of the brain dump. Yesterday was a free evening. Between dinner and bedtime, I wanted snacks. My mouth was lonely. Like, I don't know if you know what I mean by that. It's been a long day, so I'm mentally exhausted beyond the point of being able to have a conversation. Hello, food. This is my pattern, because I'll be lonely and I want to hang out with Randy, but I'm like, my 2 brain cells have turned to absolute mush. Soup, no noodles, just broth. But I want to be like with him, and like, I don't have I'm not mentally up for a conversation. I'm not mentally up for playing a game together. So sitting and eating is something that we do together that satiates my loneliness, just in my sense of like, I'm a workaholic, y'all. I live with this man. We work together. We'll go all day without seeing each other. And so that's what that is. But we'll sit and eat together and just like watch memes, and it's so much fun and it's wonderful. And we still sat and watched memes together, but instead of doing my usual pattern, I took a moment to listen, to be like, what am I craving? Not to give into it, but to understand it. To be like, okay, my mouth's lonely. Let's ask it a few questions without judgment. Let's just be like, I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty right this second. I'm thirsty a lot of the time. I do not drink enough water. And that's what I came to yesterday. I feel thirsty. I realize that I haven't drunk much water today. I make a thermos, my little not a cult cup, my super durable cup that my friend Tracy gave me, full of ice and water. I use this great big straw. That way it's super easy to gulp. Like, I filled this up before coming over here, so it's easy to get a lot of water into my body that way. And I still feel dissatisfied, unsatiated. Is that a word? I am not satisfied. Like, I'm like, yeah, I still want a snack. So I light some incense, and I kind of activate my sense of smell, because like, my house just smells the way that my house smells, the way that anybody's house smells, a mixture of things that have been cooked and people that have been in it, and like laundry detergent and, you know, whatever perfumes, and, you know, the dog farted, like, just house smells. So lighting incense brings my attention to a new smell. And you could use a diffuser. I know that incense gives folks headaches, but just whatever it is, I'm sure that you can find an equivalent. I just wanted to activate my sense of smell to bring me into the present, because that's what I'm trying to do, is to be like, instead of pining for this food and pining for this feeling that historically for myself eating food in this situation has brought to me, I'm just being present. I turn off the daily noise of, like, if we have any air conditioners or fans or, you know, anything going, I just, even if it's going to make it hot or cold to have the heater off, I turn it off just to be able to have a change in what my ears have grown used to throughout the day. Turn off, I usually have like a YouTube or a streamer going or something, so I'll mute that and just have it be just hearing what's in the house. And I wrote, I turn off the daily noise and background videos or music, and I give my attention to the noises of the house. The gentle murmur of my husband in the other room, the gurgle burgle of the turtle tank, the pen, even just as I wrote these words, the scratch of the pen on the paper, the sound, the smell, and I took drinks of water, and it was like kind of like guiding myself through how to be present. And I was sitting and I started doing some like gentle stretches, and I just wanted to feel like what I was feeling, and just without judgment, without being like, oh, I need to do this workout, or oh, I should stretch that. It's just like, hey, how you doing? Hey, shoulders. And just breathing and enjoying the full aroma of the incense, and just watching the smoke and listening to the turtle tank. Even so much as paying attention to how the air was feeling in my sinuses. Because it's like, I get sinus infections like twice a year, and they're terrible, and I hate them. And the whole rest of the year, I'm like, not to brag, but I can breathe out of both of my nostrils. And it's enough to keep me very, very grateful that I can do that, because whenever I can't, I am so miserable. Listen to the gentle breathing of your home, the sounds that are familiar. And then I started to bring myself back out of it, and just listening to the ebb and flow of the traffic outside. And then I started just like rubbing my hands together and rubbing my arms, like just trying to get very, very present. Very, very, like I did like this on the bottom of my feet with my fingernails, just to really like get blood flowing, wake those nerves up, get sensations. Because so much of the day I spend or just doing that. So it's like, gotta speed run it while we're here. One of my favorite things to do whenever I do this up in my bedroom is I'll take my hairbrush, which is a combination boar bristle and nylon, like ball tip. And so it'll get like it's like body brushing a little bit, but I don't have to have two brushes. I just use this one on my hair and then back sketch. So my thought process was, instead of having a snack and just satiating my, what I think is thirst and desire for sensation, instead of eating, I'll activate all of my other senses, sight, hear, sound, taste, touch. Is that all of them? Just bringing my self-awareness to where I am in that moment. And then if I still want a snack, I'll go ahead and have one, but I'll have a serving. And I was like, I love making arbitrary rules for myself, but so far Werther sugar-free Werthers are my go-to, and I must drink a whole cup of this in between Werthers, and I leave all the Werthers in the kitchen. And then I take one and I go to wherever it is that I'm being for the evening, whether it's hanging out here in the craft room couch, or if Randy and I are going up to the living room together, like wherever I am, that's where I'll take my one Werther's and my cup of water. And after I finish that Werther's, if I still want another one, I have to go downstairs and get just one. And so this way I can still have a maximum of 5, but I'm getting extra steps in, and it's stopping me from just mindlessly consuming. Because if I take 4 pieces of candy upstairs with me, I will eat all 4. Whereas if I take 2, and then it's like, if I'm going to come down for the other 2, these are like the Russell Stover's sweets. Whenever I have those, it's a maximum of 4, and I'll take them up 2 at a time, just because that's a serving. But if I take just 2 up with me, then I'm only eating those 2, and then it's like, I don't want 2 more, enough to go all the way downstairs and rummage around in the pantry. So it's, if I can make it just a little bit inconvenient for myself, then I set myself up for success. Because it's like, if I make the bad habit inconvenient, then I'm less likely to do it. So yeah, that is this extra step is literally extra steps is what I wrote, because it's, I mean, I'm having to be just a little bit more active, get the blood flowing. And it trains me to recognize what I'm genuinely craving too. So if by just taking a little bit of time to treat myself sensation wise while I'm considering, am I just thirsty? And I'm drinking water to try to, you know, if after I've drunk like 2 or 3 of these, if I still want my snack, it is not because I'm thirsty. Like, I'm just saying. So those are those ideas that I was very excited about, and I'm still excited about. We've posted this week's meal prep up on the members page of the Monster Vlog here on YouTube, so I'm excited about that. We've done a fairly decent job of adhering to the meal planning this past week. So the way that I have done it is, where is it? So I have it drawn up in GoodNotes, and I just based it off of last week when I was grocery shopping. Like, it was last Saturday, October 5th. I was grocery shopping, like, and I used the Walmart app because we've got a Walmart, and our Aldi's in this town is not very good. Like I'd rather shop at the King Cash Saver than at that Aldi's, just because they don't have what I'm looking for a price that I can pay. Walmart, Aldi's, King Cash Saver, and then we go the next town over for Sam's Club. So those are our grocery options, other than the farmer's market, which I think they've had their last one in our town without us having to go like the next town over. And I never know what I'm going to be able to find there, because it's kind of like rural problems. Like, cities have some of the best farmer markets I've ever seen, but like in these smaller towns, like we have a population of like 14,000, I think. So this is the biggest little town I've ever lived in. But it's like, there's like maybe 3, sometimes 4 booths at our farmer's market. And they've got some basics, and that's pretty nice. But I don't necessarily need like a whole pint of honey every week. So it's, I don't know. I'm figuring it out. I think I might actually start vending at that farmer's market just to give me an excuse to go every weekend. And also to have a little bit of a social life, and to try to hook some gourds. Well, I make them in any. You can check us out at Back to Earth Creations if you want to see the gourds that I hook, but and like jewelry and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. It's fun to dream about. But we got the groceries on. I was sitting and had it on the app, and I was just thinking of, you know, what we have in our fridge and pantry, what we need to buy more of, and then what meals that would make. And so we were able to get that whole week planned out, and I'm really excited to have, like, we only deviated a little. One evening we had freezer pizza, which is our fallback plan for if we just don't feel like sticking to the plan. That's our plan B, is it's like, well, we will just do one of these freezer pizzas with some extra cheese and pepperoni and like lunch meat if we have it. Randy really likes ham, like Black Forest ham on his pizza. We did that one evening, and then one of the recipes ended up making 3 6. It made 6 servings instead of 4, so it fed us for 3 meals instead of for 2. And that was the spaghetti, the crock pot spaghetti. Like, and I'm so excited, you guys, because we're testing out these different recipes and finding out, like, this is our trial month for putting together the meal plan for Nom Nom November. So again, if you guys have any recipes that you want to suggest or request, or, you know, just kind of makes it fun, like, leave those in the comments. And so for this coming week, we're going to be having, like, today we had the leftover chicken lo mein and 2 fried eggs on top of that for our snack before we go off to Sam's Club, the next town over, this afternoon. I'm having cottage cheese with some sunflower seeds. Randy's going to have a couple of wheels of, like, the little Baby Bell wheels of cheese with a meat stick, and we're both having some fruit. And then for dinner, we're having leftover pork chops and broccoli from, that's what we had for dinner yesterday, and creamy corn and more cheese. I love dairy products. And then tomorrow Breakfast is oatmeal, lunch is Lunchables, dinner is smoked pork that we made last time we were in Tennessee. We're going to pull some out of the freezer. What's that word? Carrots and salad, because we're going to Sam's Club and they usually have their salad mix is my favorite. If I can't have it out of mine or somebody else's garden, the Sam's Club organic like spring mix and their romaine, it's pretty good. But he makes a lot, so we're gonna be eating a lot of salad, which is good. Like, right? I guess. I hope so. I enjoy it at least. Randy takes his salad without any dressing, and I love him, but that's weird. But also, I respect that he thinks it's weird that I will put ranch on damn near anything. And if I don't put ranch on it, I'll carry like purse mayonnaise, little packets of mayonnaise from like the gas stations. It's good. I don't know what to tell you. So Saturday, we're going to be having eggs and fruit for breakfast. For lunch, we're going to have canned tuna. Randy makes a bomb tuna salad, like with the tuna and like lemon and lime juice and some mayonnaise and like some cheese. He'll shred cheese and he puts like garlic and spices and stuff in there. We mix it up and then we're going to have it on squares of cheese, like little cheese slices instead of crackers, which I'm very excited about that. And then for dinner, we're going to have clam chowder and bread and salad. And I'm going to be home baking some bread. I'm going to get that up. And so by having this planned out, I now know that on Friday before bed, I need to get my bread mixed up. That way it can be fermenting and rising overnight. Like it's an easy no-knead bread recipe. It is good. Sunday, we're having oatmeal, leftover chowder with some grilled cheese, and then probably frozen pizza for dinner, just because it's delicious, and it's kind of, the calories are high, but that's fine. We gotta live somewhere, and I don't feel like paying $30 for a Domino's pizza, or however much it is. Monday, we're doing thin pork, like a thin pork chops with fruit and goat cheese. Lunch, Randy will probably be making his crab po' boys and salad. Then for dinner, we're going to have chicken legs out of the freezer, potatoes out of the garden. I'm going to have green beans and Randy's going to have black-eyed peas. I love green beans. I enjoy black-eyed peas. Randy does not like green beans. So that's how we kind of mix that out. And then Tuesday, we're having eggs and fruit for breakfast. I'm having eggs and fruit and Randy's having leftover crab po' boy and fruit. Then we're having Lunchables for lunch, and then I'm making house fried rice. So it's a chicken, shrimp, and pork fried rice. And so I know that now that I need to make rice in the crock pot the night before. And we still have some frozen shrimp spring rolls, which I can't find. I can find wonton wrappers. And we're fairly decent at making wontons, but I really don't like deep frying stuff because I don't deep fry very often. And it's just for the two of us, and it's really best fresh, I think. And then I have all that oil to store, and I don't feel like I know how to store it. So I do kind of prefer, if I could make egg rolls and then freeze them and then deep fry them. But I still feel like I don't need to be eating deep fried egg rolls every single day. And I've got that oil on my stove from deep frying, then I'm going to want to deep fry stuff. So that's my predicament. Please advise in the comments, because I don't know what to do with my southern self. Because I love deep frying, like deep fried food. But yeah, so we just buy deep fried stuff from the freezer section and then just air fry it here at home. Which, is that how we would do it if we made our own? Because then I wouldn't need to keep the oil on the stove to deep fry it from out of the freezer. Okay, we'll figure this out. Wednesday, we're having chicken legs and fruit for breakfast. Like, that's leftover chicken legs. Lunch is going to be leftover fried rice, and then we're going to air fry some of those frozen popcorn shrimp. Yep. And then for dinner, we're going to have steaks from out of the freezer, salad, and whatever fruit we have on hand. I love going to Sam's Club for their fruit. Like, it's much more affordable and stays fresher longer than anywhere else that we buy from in town. So I'll take that. And so, yeah, that's the plan. And even though we've planned it, because I know that plans rarely survive first contact. Plans rarely survive first contact with reality. So it just feels good to have a plan that we can deviate from, that any of these meals, like last week, there was a meal we were going to have that was going to be like pan-seared chicken and green beans and carrots. And we ended up having something else because it got knocked out of the way because the spaghetti made 3 meals worth instead of 2. But that's fine, because I can just scooch that over, and I'll probably do that recipe next week because the chicken's just sitting there in the freezer. So again, I'm really excited about Nom Nom November, because I'll be doing a daily short here on YouTube, because they're allowing us now, starting October 15th, I think, they're allowing 3-minute long YouTube shorts. And I think that'll be plenty of time to be able to talk about what I'm eating in a day. And it'll just be like a daily Nom Nom November short post. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. And then yeah, I don't know if we'll post other videos or what in November. I'm trying to not make too many additional ambitions aside from like Fit-Tober and Nom Nom November. Like, I just wanted to focus on that 30-day chunk essentially of doing that thing, because otherwise I'm so scattered in my focus that I don't get anything. I do a lot of work, but I don't get anything done or truly accomplished in a consistent or meaningful way. It's like if I don't give my full focus to cleaning, I'm just moving piles around. Nothing's actually getting cleaned. Whereas if I give it my full focus, a little bit gets done. But hey, at least it's like properly done though. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for being here. I feel like I rambled a whole mess today, but thank you for being here and hearing me. I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas down in the comment area. Now I'll see y'all tomorrow for, oh my god, I can't believe we're a third of the way done, you guys. Oh, and I weighed in at 226.6 this morning, and I know I said it wasn't about losing weight, but it's just so validating to finally see that scale move after I'd had my initial 30-pound weight loss, and then I gained 10 back, and then all 2024 I've been just essentially maintaining within like a 5-pound wiggle. And that's both encouraging that I've been eating and eating in a way that is at least just maintaining, like at least I'm not still actively gaining, because I've never had a year where I didn't like gain at least 10 pounds. And then I might lose some, but then I end up gaining. And then I might lose some, but then I end up gaining. So having a year that I didn't actively gain is very encouraging, but it's also discouraging to have a year where I'm feeling like I'm trying and I'm just not getting anywhere. And I do feel like it's because I wasn't giving any one aspect of it my consistent, undivided attention. And so I think by being consistently, undivided, attentionally showing up, like, all we got to do, you guys, for Fit-Tober is show up for 10 minutes. 10 minutes a day and do something. It could be yoga, it could be stepping exercises, just marching in place. Like, it can just showing up. That's the thing. That's the thing that we're trying to lock into a new habit. And so once I get that locked in, I'm having to eat every day anyways. I may as well start planning my meals. And the first baby step into doing that would be to just on the next meal make enough for leftovers the next day. And now that's one less meal tomorrow you has to worry about having to plan for. And that's essentially what we've been doing. I don't know if there's a picture of it posted in the members area, if that makes more sense to you than me reading off the meal plan. But whatever was for dinner this night, like if they day 1, 2, 3, whatever's for dinner this night, I make enough to have leftovers either as breakfast or lunch on day 2 or on day 3 if it's something that we want to mix up. We're getting kind of tired of having the same meal back to back. And so if I cook for one meal, I'm cooking for 2. And then, once it's kind of staggered along, we need more Tupperware because we don't have enough place to like put the leftovers away, but that's okay. So we'll get that figured out. But I'm so excited, you guys, and I'm so encouraged by y'all being here and hanging out with me. And I'll see you on tomorrow's video. So until then, keep on keeping on. Mwah, we're doing it.